Good morning, my dear students. So, today in biology we are going ahead with a new chapter, and that is locomotion and movement. 11th का आपका ये important chapter है, locomotion and movement. The terms are very clear. Locomotion and movement. There are two terms. So, before going with the definition and all that, I would like to tell you what we are going to talk about. Number one, we will be talking about bones. Then we will be talking about something called as muscles. Then in this chapter, we will also be talking about joints. And there will be some part of tissue that is already we have studied, that is tendons and ligaments. So that part will be here, but in this chapter we will be focusing mostly on bones, muscles and joints. That's it. And that is how we will be going ahead. Now, as a biology student, we need to understand what will be the difference, what is the difference between locomotion and movement. So let us talk about movement first. Let us talk about movement. Say for example, if this is one person and we are talking about these hands or legs. So say for example, I am the same person and if I am moving my hand, there is a displacement of a particular organ around its mean position, and that is called as movement. There is no displacement or dislocation of the organ from the body, but there is only displacement of that organ towards the mean position, and therefore this is called as movement. Now when I talk about locomotion, the entire organism needs to make a movement and will reach, say for example, this is position number 1 and this is position number 2. What is the difference? Here the movement has also occurred and also we will say locomotion has also occurred. How? There are two ways. The entire organism is getting displaced from position 1 to position 2. There is a movement in legs also. So movement and locomotion both are simultaneously happening, and therefore we can say all locomotions they are movements, but not necessarily all movements could be locomotions. Is it clear? So that is how when we talk about this chapter, we are more focused on which are the parts which are getting involved in this locomotion and movement. Now let us consider one example. If this person, say for example, I am moving from one place to another, you can easily see there is a movement in my hands, neck, legs and everything. So movement is also there, and then I am changing my position from one place to another. So what is involved in it? What is involved in it? So we will be talking about bones, muscles and joints. Say for example, if I want to move my hand like this, there has to be a joint over here. If I am moving movement like this, there has to be a joint between there. So what is joint? That is the connectivity between two adjacent bones. Now let us talk about how this movement and what is that system which is helping us to make movement and locomotion. So we will be talking about skeletal system. In this chapter there are two major areas, skeletal system and muscular system. So skeletal system when we talk about, here we are restricted to two major areas. Say for example, skeletal system is made up of two. One is called exoskeleton. One is called exoskeleton. Exo means outside, exterior, and another one is called endoskeleton. Another one is called endoskeleton. Now, what is it and what is the difference that we will see in a little while. Now, when we talk about exoskeleton, say for example, when we observe our own body, there are nails. If we talk about cows, buffalo, there could be horns, there could be hooves, and all these body parts, they constitute exoskeleton. In case of fishes, you can see the scales around their body. So scales Say for example, scales, feathers, nails, etc. These are all parts, they constitute exoskeleton. And these parts, exoskeleton is dead part. It is a dead part. Okay. Now, when we talk about endoskeleton is divided into two major categories. And no doubt, when exoskeleton is dead one, endoskeleton is in living state. It is in living state. So this constitutes major part of our skeleton. Say for example, endoskeleton could be divided into appendicular, and other one is called axial skeleton. Axial skeleton. So appendicular and axial and appendicular. Now, in our endoskeleton system, we know that there are about 300 bones in our body when we are newly born. When we are newly born, there will be 300 bones, but as we grow and we take adulthood, by then our number of bones will reduce to 206 only. That means 94 bones, they are getting adjoined or they get fused with each other, and 206 bones will remain in our body. Now, if 206 bones are there in our body, then how we can study them? And this part of study is again very important when you will be entering into MBBS. So appendicular, you have to remember there are about 126 bones, and in axial there are 80 bones. So there is a trick. I have made one trick to remember. If you look at this spelling, there is first letter that is A, and A is 1, and PP 2 times are there, then you can write 2, and rest you will remember 126. When we subtract this from 206, what figure we are going to get is 80. So easily you can make out appendicular skeleton is made up of 126 bones, whereas axial skeleton is made up of 80 bones only. Now, students, they feel very fearsome to remember how to remember all these 206 bones. There is no need to fear about. I will make it very easy for you now. Say for example, let us start with appendicular. Now appendicular, how it is divided? So appendicular, it constitutes first, what is appendicular and what is axial, let us understand. Say for example, this is human figure. So these are called limbs. These are called limbs. So this is forelimb and these are hind limbs, yeah, posterior limbs we can say. Now this is the body axis. This is the body axis. So whichever along the body axis, that will be called as axial skeleton. That will be called as axial. And which is attached to the axial skeleton, that will constitute appendicular. So this will be appendicular. So definitely when we are talking about limbs, we are talking about appendicular skeleton. And when we talk about other parts other than the limbs, then that will constitute axial endoskeleton. Now let us know what is now appendicular 126 we need to study. So appendicular, how it is divided? So I will write here, for example, 4 limbs. Then I will write here hind limbs, matlab hamare legs in common term. Then what it comes? There will be something called as girdles. Now this term could be new for all of you, girdles. You know, in our chest, there are 2 bones over here and there is 2 triangular bones. They are called scapulae. So there are 2 girdles. One is पेक्टोरल गर्डन एंड कमर का जो हमारा पार्ट है that is called as pelvic girdle. That is called as pelvic girdle. Okay, so this is basic girdles. Now four limbs जैसे कि मेरा ये हाथ है, तो you can see there is one bone over here, so that is called humerus. Then there is an outer radius under the ulna. Then in our wrist there are 8 bones. They are called carpals. Then there are 5 bones over here in this part. They are called metacarpals. And in my fingers or in our fingers there are phalanges. And 14 phalanges are there. So I write here what we have talked about. First, humerus bone. Humerus 1. Then radius. Radius, that is 1. Then ulna. Next one is ulna. That is 1. Then we talk about carpals. Carpals, and there are 8. Then metacarpals. Metacarpals, and they are 5 number. And last we will talk about phalanges. Phalanges. Phalanges are the bones which are there present in your fingers. So phalanges, if you consider this is thumb and all other fingers, so there are 2 bones over here. So I will write 2, and rest of the fingers there will be 3 small bones altogether. So this becomes phalangeal formula for our body bones, that is 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. So if you add that, so that becomes a total of 40. Now if you total up all the bones in the 4 limbs, you will get a figure of 30. So 14 plus 5, 19 plus 27 and this 3. So total 4 limbs make 30 bones हमें मिल गए. So out of 126, 30 bones are finished. Now let us talk about hind limb. That is leg में कितने bones हैं. So I'll just take this off from here. Okay. Hind limb. Now when we talk about hind limb, I'll write it here. Hind limb. Hind limb मतलब legs. तो leg में अगर हम सबसे ऊपर का देखेंगे, that is called femur. Femur. Okay, so femur, this is the thickest, strongest and longest bone in our body. So femur, one femur is there. Then the kneecap. We have kneecap and that is called as patella. What is it called? Patella. Patella, or I will write here kneecap. So this bone and patella, you need to remember one more special point about it. Patella is the largest sesamoid bone in our body. Now you will see, you will definitely ask what is this sesamoid bone. Sesamoid bone is one which is formed by ossification of tendons, and that is the patella is the ossified bone made from tendon, and therefore patella we have got one in one leg. Patella. Then next is tibia, the frontal bone, tibia 1. Then पीछे की तरफ fibula, and that is 1. And then in our ankle, हमारा जो ये ankle point होता है, यहाँ पर they are called as tarsals. They are called tarsals. So tarsals, there are about 7 bones. Then metatarsals, they are 5 number. And last again phalanges, जो हमारे toes है, big toe and small toes together. Again same phalangeal formula will continue over here. That is 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now if you total up entire thing, this will become 40. So 14 plus 5, 19 plus 7, 26, and 26 plus 4, that is again 30. So out of 126 bones, you will wonder, already we have finished 60 bones. Okay, now what? We have not only finished 60, this is 120 we have got two hands, so into 2, so 16 bones of 4 limbs and 2 legs, so 2 into 30, that is 60, so 60 bones in legs. So 60 plus 60, 120 we have already finished. Now this must be now remembered by the people. It is very easy. Once you do it again and again, just stand in front of a mirror at home and just look at your body, and you can just memorize the things by touching your particular part of the body, and this part will be very easy. Now what it comes in appendicular is next, that is called girdles. So what are these girdles? I'll explain. Now girdles या girdle bones, there are 2 girdles in our body. हमारा जो ऊपर का ये जो part है chest का, that is called as pectoral girdle. This is called pectoral girdle. And हमारा कमर का bone जो होता है, that is called as pelvic girdle. So pectoral girdle and pelvic girdle, these are 2 girdles. Now girdle bones are made up of what? So if we go further, the pectoral girdle has 2 parts, that is 2 clavicle bones, 2 clavicle bones and 2 scapulae. 2 scapulae. Now what are these? तो जो हमारा यहाँ collar bone होता है, that is only clavicle. So clavicle, they are also called as beauty bones. They are also called as beauty bones, or they are called as collar bones. Collar bones. Okay. Hope this point is very clear. So clavicles, 2 clavicles are there, right and left. They are also called as beauty bones, or they are called as collar bones. Now, if you go to scapulae, if you touch your back, there will be 2 triangular bones which you can feel on the back side of your body, and they are called scapulae. So these are flat triangular bones, so they are called scapulae. So total we have finished 120 ऊपर के and यहाँ पे ये 4, so 124 bones we have already studied. Now let us go to pelvic bone. Now pelvic girdle जो होता है, it is made up of 2 coxal bones. 2 coxal bones. And each coxal bone अगर हम देखेंगे तो इसमें 3 छोटे-छोटे पार्ट आते हैं, ilium, ischium and pubis. So 2 coxal bones, so 4 plus 2 6 and पहले वाले 120. So we have finished here appendicular skeletal system, which is made up of 126 bones. So is it clear? Right? So we can move further to look into what is axial skeletal system. So I'll just sum up what we have studied. So 126 bones in appendicular system we have studied about. Now what we want to know is only 80 bones in our body. Now for this, I would suggest how to practice and how to memorize these 80 bones, because it requires a little bit trick and practice also, because these bones are very uncommon names are there, but nothing to worry. You must have seen the one movie by Amir Khan, that is Ghazni. So you can become Ghazni and you can level your parts of the body, okay, where which bone is there, and look into mirror, and you will understand this particular bone is there in your body. Say for example, so axial skeleton, if we look above, तो axial skeleton में क्या क्या आता है? तो axial में आता है सबसे पहले axis, हमारा body axis देखो, skull, then vertebral column, पीछे की तरफ हमारा dorsal side पर vertebral column, then आगे की तरफ I'll change color here, आगे हमारा chest के पास एक ऐसा flat bone होता है, that is called sternum, and there will be attachment of something called as ribs. So there are ribs, 12 pairs of ribs we have. So this particular structure constitutes together, so skull, vertebral column, sternum and ribs, they together and this skeletal system. Say for example, okay. So what I said, skull, then vertebral column we see, then sternum, that is chest bone, sternum, and last those are ribs. So this is what we are going to focus in this today's lecture. So for NEET examination, either you will be asked for different names of the bones, or you will be asked where it is located, a particular bone where it is located. So there will be like a position of the bone, and there will be something called as position wise which bone is where. Okay. So skull, when we talk about, you need to remember there are about 20, I will directly write 29 bones you need to remember. Skull name, 29. Then vertebral column, there are about 26 small vertebrae by which our body is made of. And sternum, we have got one sternum, and ribs, we have got 12 pairs, that is 24 ribs we have. So for today's lecture, I think we will stop here and we will continue in the next session what is actual endoskeletal system. Hope this is all clear to you. In case of any doubts, feel free and ask any doubts or any questions, and we'll enjoy the next session. Okay, thank you so much. If you like it, please subscribe. Thank you so much.